Around 40% of America's wealth is held by the top 1% of Americans, and only 1.6% of America's wealth is spread between the bottom 50% of Americans. This is America's wealth gap, and it's only getting bigger. But perhaps more alarming than this is that 40 million Americans are living below the poverty line. That's approximately 1 in every 8 Americans. America is known worldwide as a rich and powerful nation, which makes the American dream and striving to succeed seem like good mantras to follow. And this may be so. In America, hard work and dedication are rewarded. Anything is possible if you strive for it. On the flip side, if you're lazy and unambitious, you won't do so well. Why so many poor? Although you may think that people are poor because of a lack of ambition, this isn't always the cause. In a society with such a large wealth gap, the middle is a precarious place to be. Rising housing costs mean that more and more middle-class people rent. This is because a house is no longer a place to live anymore. It's an investment vehicle. So if you've got a decent job, you've got health insurance, and you're renting a nice place to live, all's well. But if you get ill, have an accident, or lose your job, things get complicated, and what was a spiraling slope to riches rapidly becomes a slippery slide to poverty. How do the poor survive? Food. In 1965, President Lyndon B. Johnson declared war on poverty in the United States and created food stamps which are distributed to the poor. Today, more than 40 million Americans depend on them. The amount given depends upon your income and the number of children you have. An unemployed single mother with 3 children receives around $600 a month, which is not enough considering the average food budget for a family of 4 is $1,000 a month. There are, however, non-profit organizations and volunteers who visit poorer areas in food trucks offering free meals to children. Healthcare. Lack of insurance makes it virtually impossible for unemployed people to receive proper medical and dental care. Fortunately, there are non-profit organizations such as Remote Area Medical that offer pop-up clinics all over the country. These clinics appear in an area for a weekend and offer free dental care, medical consultations, and eye tests on a first-come, first-served basis. In what looks like something from a disaster movie or a refugee camp, thousands of volunteer doctors, nurses, opticians, and dentists work to provide free care to as many people as possible. Housing. With no property of their own and no possibility of renting, those lucky enough to own one live in their cars. Many cities have designated safe parking lots where people living in their cars can sleep. Some even have amenities like an outdoor kitchenette or a portaloo. Those who don't have accommodation live on the streets, under bridges, or in tents. In Los Angeles, the number of homeless people has doubled in the last few years, and tents line the streets of downtown LA. Outraged by this increase, a man called Elvis has decided to take a stand. He builds small wooden houses and gives them to the homeless. Each house is fitted with a locking door and windows, alarms and smoke detectors, and a light and socket that run off a solar panel on the roof, and is paid for by online donations. The mayor of Los Angeles has banned him from doing this, claiming that it is illegal, and if he's caught, he will be prosecuted. Rather than stop, Elvis just avoids getting caught. So even though there are many people willing to donate, help, volunteer, and fight against poverty, the problem will continue to grow until we change our society. A society that, instead of rewarding those who strive to succeed, punishes those who fail. What do you think about the poverty situation in America? Let us know in the comments.